Hey! I'm sorry I'm late. Only 7 hours. It's fine, isn't it? 7 hours late? You can do 7 hours late. It's fine. Nobody minds as long as you've got a good reason, and I certainly have. I've got the best reason, and I'm going to share with you why. If that was too loud just a second ago. So yeah, I've got the best excuse for being late ever. In case you don't know why I'm being late, it's because normally I would do 12 o'clock every Monday. I've done 12 o'clock pretty much every Monday. A couple that I couldn't do, I set up broadcasts that would activate at 12 o'clock. Today, I thought I would be somewhere else at 12 and we'll be able to do a live. And then something happened, which I'm going to share with you in about 10 seconds. Because the best thing ever has happened. It was so good. Oh, man. Right, let me turn this down. You can tell I'm buzzing. Oh, right. So that's off there. That's off there. And that's me all back with you. Hello. So welcome to a very special Monday evening edition of Magic Monday, live with me, Michael. And I do hope that you're going to join in tonight and let me know where you're watching from. Pop something in the comments. You know, how's your Monday been? Feels very autumnal here in the UK, but that's all right. We do enjoy all the seasons. So what have we been up to? Right. On Thursday night, we did our last Write That Book masterclass session. So we do these sessions where everybody comes together and we do a masterclass session, and it was absolutely brilliant. But I got to the end of this last masterclass and I could have done with more energy. Yes, let's do it in How to Be Brilliant speak. Could have done with a lot more energy. So we knew that I would be quite challenged and quite tired by the time we got to the end of the masterclass. So that's fine. We'll go away for a few days. So we went away for 3 nights, 4 days, and we did a proper food weekend. You know, people talk about food lovers weekends, and they're all right. But ours was just unbelievable. So we went to a place called Cartmel. If you don't know Cartmel, it's in the south of the Lake District. We've been several times before. We know it really well. It feels very familiar going there. So we knew we were going to get there and relax. And Christina booked a cottage, and we stayed in this lovely cottage. And on Friday lunchtime, we went to one of our favorite restaurants. This is the 8th time, I think we might be, that we've eaten there, and it's a place called L'Enclume. Now, if you don't know L'Enclume, it is unreal. It is so good. It is so brilliant at every single level that it blows your mind. So this is, according to the Good Food Guide, the number one restaurant in the UK. Has been for the last, 10 years, I think now. They are just incredible. We went first in the second year that they opened, and they've been open for 20 years next year. So we've been going for a long time. But it just keeps getting better and better. You know, when something is brilliant and you think it can't get any better than this, and then it does. We had that experience. So we were there for lunch, and it was a mere 17 courses, which I think is always absolutely brilliant. 17 courses that we had for lunch. And we had lots of lovely wines, and we had loads of amazing, amazing experiences. It was just superb. And the lovely thing is that the guy who is the owner, the founder, is a brilliant chef called Simon Rogan. And if you've ever watched the Great British Menu, he's won it more times than anybody else. He's phenomenal. And he was in the kitchen. Now, you rarely get to see Simon in the kitchen these days because he's doing lots of other stuff. He does TV things, and he's traveling around the world and doing all sorts of stuff. But he was in the kitchen, so it was like, oh, brilliant. Maybe we'll get a chance to see him. And one of the waiting team, she said, she looked at me looking over towards the kitchen. She goes, yeah, he's here. I was like, oh, brilliant. So anyway, later on, about 4 o'clock, we said, just if there's any chance of saying hello to Simon, that would be great. She went, "Oh, I'm sorry, he's gone. Oh, he's left for the day." It was like, don't worry about it. It's fine. It was fine. We were the last people to leave at 5:30. We walked back to our little cottage. We had a lovely Friday night, nice and relaxed. Next day, we got up and we had a brilliant breakfast. So Christine made this phenomenal breakfast, and it was just really clever what she did. I'm not going to go into the detail of that because I don't want to bore you, but it was brilliant, beautiful breakfast. And then we went to meet with some friends of ours who've just moved over to that area, and it was so lovely. They bought a new house, and it overlooks the sea. And we were only going to have a coffee with them. We spent 5 hours with them, 5 hours, and this guy is amazing, and his wife is more amazing. He's Iranian, she's German. The story of how they got together is extraordinary. And I asked, he's called Hussein, the guy. I said, Hussein, I do this thing called Team 17, and I would love to do a 17 minutes with interview with you. And he went, Michael, I don't do interviews. I was like, I know you don't, but the story is so good. And he was like, no, I don't do it. And I was like, let me tell you a bit about this group. So I told him about Team 17 and what we did and what we stood for and all that type of thing. And he was like, yeah, you're starting to persuade me. I was like saying, just say you'll do it. I need you to do this. If you don't give interviews, then that's all the more reason why you should do an interview with Team 17. And he's agreed. So we're recording it. I think it's next week. Phenomenal. This guy's story will blow your mind. If you remember Team 17, it will blow your mind. If you're not a member of Team 17, michaelheppel.com/team17. Go and have a look at what we're doing. But he's going to do a 17 minutes worth interview with me. So that's brilliant. So that was at Saturday daytime. And then we got back and we got the little cottage where we were staying. And then they sent us a message and said, we're going for pizzas and beers. And there's this lovely little square and there's live music on. We were like, we'll join you for a drink, but we won't have anything to eat because we're eating somewhere else. So we went along and we met them and we had a lovely local nice beer and then a little bit of pizza, which was great. Then we walk back, we get changed again, and then we go to another one of Simon Rogan's restaurant called Rogan & Co. And we go there, and it is phenomenal. I mean, Loncloom is brilliant. I mean, there's nothing better than that, but it was right up there. I mean, absolutely incredible. And we were chatting to the manager there, and she was telling us about the stuff that they did during lockdown. And it was, mind-boggling what they did during lockdown. So first of all, they had loads of food already. So they just set up, no fuss about it, no big publicity thing about it. They just set up and started to just feed local people and just send stuff out and give stuff to critical workers and make sure that people had stuff. And, they just set up this whole system. Absolutely brilliant. It was incredible what they did. And then for the staff, because they wanted to keep the staff engaged, they started to do masterclasses. And every single day, there was a masterclass on a different subject, and you could sign up for it. So they would do a cheese tasting, and they would send the cheese out to the different people, and they would do a wine tasting, and you would all get a sample. And they would have stuff from their farm, and they would send out little samples, and then they would talk about it, and they would discuss food, and they would discuss stuff. And they were doing these every single day. And I mean, really incredible. It wasn't like a case of, we'll do one a week. Every single day they did something, which was just outstanding. And anyway, so we get towards the end of our meal. And then she came back in. She went, Mr. and Mrs. Heppel, Simon's just popped in. He was working at Loncloom again today. And he just popped in. I just mentioned that you were here. He'd love to see you. So we're like, that'd be brilliant. And we go out and we meet, like hero worship sort of thing. We meet Simon, and we stood there and we had like 30 minutes chat with him at the pass. And we kept going, we got to go. And he goes, no, tell me what else you're doing. What are you up to? All that type of stuff. It was just brilliant. And then he said, we're talking about the farm. So one of the things that they do at at Rogan & Co. and at Loncloom, that was another one of his restaurants in London called Roganic, is that they own a farm. And everything comes as close as they can straight from the farm. So they don't want to import stuff. They want to bring it from the farm. They want to grow their own stuff. Everything is beautiful. Everything's organic. Everything's absolutely outstanding. And he was talking about the farm, and he said, have you ever been to the farm? No, we haven't. He went, would you like to? Like, yeah, brilliant. He says, okay, Monday morning. You can have a tour of the farm with the farm manager. It's like brilliant. So we did that so that was the Saturday. Then on the Sunday, we went out for a massive walk. I mean, a huge walk. We were properly, up and over hills and all that type of stuff. Did about 11 miles and then got back. And then we went to had a pub lunch, a late pub lunch, 7 o'clock at a place called the Cavendish Arms, which again it was just great. It wasn't a Simon Rogan restaurant, but you just have like a pub lunch when you're knackered and you've had that been out for a big hike or something. We did that. That was superb. And then this morning, this is why I couldn't do my thing at lunchtime. I know it's a long time that I've built up to get to this point, but this morning we went and visited Simon Rogan's farm and had a private tour by the farm manager. And it was the most extraordinary. I could get emotional about it because it's so brilliant. Talk about someone who lives their values so much. And Simon is so much into preserving stuff and about, making sure that we can grow stuff and we can eat stuff and it's everything is so seasonal and so fresh. It's ridiculous. So they're picking food at 11 o'clock in the morning for the lunchtime session, and then they pick it again in the afternoon for the evening. That's not session, is it? Service for the evening service. So it's not like we pick it at 11 and that's it for the day. They do it twice a day to make sure it's absolutely ultimately fresh. And this amazing guy, John, who's the farm manager, was telling us about the principles that they have. And they've got these incredible composters. And the composters take all the waste from the restaurants and it goes into these amazing composters that start this process and they mix it with a special type of wood. And then they go into this other thing and then it comes out and so they're brilliant. We went, yeah, well, Simon has this thing. He doesn't want to throw anything away. So if we truly are recycling, then all waste should be able to go through the composter. And they do stuff like if they get, fish gets delivered in these polystyrene boxes and they hate that. And they're trying to find people who will supply fish in their own crates and recycle them and reuse them. But they have invested in this special machine that takes polystyrene and shrinks it by 40 times. So they end up with these little bricks and then they can go out and be recycled. They do the bottle recycling there on the site at the farm. And they've got, just all this amazing, amazing stuff. You've seen nothing like it. It was staggering. I took loads of photographs. And at one point he said, just taste that. What does that leaf taste like? So we've got this leaf taste. I'm like, oh my goodness. That's absolutely incredible. It tastes like it's like watermelon. So yeah, it is. It's flavor of watermelon. But here's the thing: if Simon wants to use a watermelon flavor, instead of using watermelon, he'll use these leaves because the cost to the environment of bringing watermelon, it goes against what we stand for. They don't use lemon or lime; they use lemon or lime flavor from other herbs and other leaves and things. I can't explain it nearly as well as they do, but it was just absolutely the most extraordinary experience. So if you get a chance to go to Cartmel, and what you can do actually is if you book with them, if you book a table at either Rogan and Co or at Longclume, and you can request that you can go and visit the farm. And if they're able to do it, you can go and visit. And it's the best thing you could ever do. If you really want to see somebody who lives their values, who really does care, and this guy, John, who's the farm manager, is just so passionate. We were there for 2 hours going around the farm. 2 hours looking at everything. And he said there's no pesticides, there's no chemicals on here. So one of the things that people do is they put all the stuff on to kill the bugs. He said, of course, what you're doing is you're not feeding the birds. So he said, so our pesticides are birds. And we just encourage the birds to come and for them to eat the right things. And if we encourage them to do that, so then they come along, they'll eat a caterpillar, they'll eat all this type of stuff. So that's what you need. He says, this is how we did stuff. This is how we used to do stuff. 50, 60 years ago, and then suddenly people came on and went, oh, add a chemical and you don't need to do that. So good. So brilliant. Anyway, I have absolutely loved it. So let's see who's here. Let's see who's here. We've got Heather from Greenock. Hello. We've got William here from what County Antrim. Hello, William. Great to see you. Hello from Aberdeen. Not sure who that is from Aberdeen, but hello from Aberdeen. And there's Josephine. Hello from the kitchen cooking sausages. And listen to sausages, man. Hi from a daylight fading too early already, Wheatley. I know it's happening. It's happening. Sticky toffee pudding. So Heather, yes. So Cartmel is allegedly the home of sticky toffee pudding. They kind of popularized it. We did buy 5 to bring home for people, and from the Cartmel shop that sells sticky toffee pudding. But yeah, it was amazing. Not the sticky toffee pudding. We didn't have sticky toffee pudding anywhere. Angie from Chelmsford waiting to go on court. On court, yes. Hi from the park, walking my golden doodle, Wilfred. Oh, that's nice. Howdy from hospital. Oh my goodness, that's Sarah. I can just tell. There's a flamingo there. Hi, Tom, says Josephine, which is nice. And hi, Michael and everyone. Jackfruit Matty from the Land of Smiles. Stormy and beautiful. It's 1 a.m. Oh my goodness. Howdy, Michael and all. Hello, Joe. Great to see you. Simon Rogan. Grow their own and did lots of lockdown stuff. So did the coach and Marlon Tom Carriage. Absolutely raised money from donations. Absolutely, I know the stuff that Tom Carriage has done is brilliant as well. But I tell you what's interesting, that the guy who took the job for the farm manager when he knew that Simon was looking for a new farm manager, another chef got in touch with him and said, "John, I found your job." He said, "What's that?" He says, "Simon Rogan's looking for a farm manager." He goes, "I think I've heard of Simon Rogan." He said, "He has done more for British food than any other chef because of this whole thing about truly garden to table, encouraging people to be veggie, encouraging people to reduce the amount of meat that they eat. If they do eat meat, it has to be from a very sustainable source." If you read Simon's book, the first thing he talks about is how the cows on the planet have, I can't remember, it's 5 times or 10 times, 5 times or 10 times as much water as the humans on the planet, and how that's outrageous and we can't let it happen. So there's somebody saying hi, Josephine. And watching from Enfield. Got the holiday blues, but your stories cheered me up. I hope you had a great time, Nick. I want to go to this place, Josephine. You must go to this place. It is amazing. It's phenomenal. Somebody's saying, "Where is this, Michael?" It's the restaurant is Longclume, and it's in Cartmel. If you just search restaurants in Cartmel, or you could go to, here we go. I'll just show you this because this is so cool. So cool. Right, here we go. Share screen, share window, share this window. There we go. See that? Top 50 restaurants 2020. And there's some great places there. I mean, some absolutely amazing places. Let's have a little look at some of them. Yeah, I mean, there are some brilliant restaurants. But look, Longclume, Cumbria, cooking score 10. I mean, there's only 3 places get a 10. Absolutely incredible place. I mean, imagine this, to be in the top 10. Look at this. You've 9 out of 10. As soon as you go out there, people are getting an 8 for their cooking, and these folks are getting a 10. That's brilliance. That's what brilliance absolutely looks like. So yeah, so that was what we did this weekend, and why I couldn't do my live today, because I just thought it would have been the cheekiest thing when we were getting our amazing tour of the farm to suddenly go, "Oh, by the way, if you don't, I'm just going to pull up my phone here and not listen to you anymore and just do a chat to people." I thought I'll do it when I come back. So that's why we had the best weekend. It is amazing. It is fabulous. And what else are people saying? Oh, okay, hang on. Where's this, Mike? We've just done that. I have massive respect for the farmers. There is so much out of their control that they have to deal with. Cheers to them. That's the other thing, Joe, is that because of the fact that they're not using any chemicals, they are constantly weeding. And they have 4 people who work on the farm doing the stuff. And John was saying that earlier this year, the way the weather worked and this kind of microclimate that they have there, weeds were growing that high, as in like I'm trying up to past my knees, sort of height, and that was happening in 2 weeks. So they were kind of just going up, taking the weeds as fast as they were taking them out. They were growing back again. They need to get the food for people. Oh, amazing. That's it. Long Clume. Brilliant. Tom Kerridge, Pirates. It's Anvil. In French, it is Anvil, yeah, because where the restaurant is used to be the blacksmith shop. Lane's Comer from Taunton. Watch the repeat. It's worth it. Anyway, that's my message for tonight. I hope that you have had an absolutely brilliant weekend too. I've got so much happening this week. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So what happens when you take a day off? Had today off. Had last Friday off. Catch up. And but if, by the way, one thing, if you haven't joined Team 17 yet and you want the special offer, which is it's called Save 50. If you do Save 50, you get £50 off the joining fee. So it's £49 and £99. You get your first month for free. And then after that, it's only £17 a month. Team 17. And I'm going to be interviewing the most incredible person who we reconnected with at the weekend. Hussein, you're going to love him. See if I can get Simon Rogan on as well. That would be good. That would be very, very good. Where else have we got? Hello from Istanbul. Elizabeth, how lovely to see you from Istanbul. My goodness. I just love that when things just suddenly start to, people start to appear. Sorry that you missed the start, but it will be available on repeat. Thanks very much, everybody. Be brilliant. Have an absolutely awesome, awesome week. Bye.